Hey everybody, it's Tyler and welcome to week 2 on Simple Reason Tutorials. This week we're going to talk about MIDI. So what is MIDI? MIDI is an acronym for Musical Instrument Digital Interface. And what that is, it's a protocol or a language that computers and synthesizers and MIDI controllers used for transmitting like signals to tell them what to do. So basically, to sum it up, I have this keyboard and I press C4 on this keyboard and you hear the note comes out, and that's because the keyboard says, hey, he's playing C4 and he played it at 50 velocity, and that's all it basically is. You don't need to know that, but it's good to know different things, and this makes it a lot easier because when you go to draw stuff in, like you'll quickly find that sometimes it's pretty annoying. So if I want to like make a B flat chord, making a B flat chord, oh my goodness, this is tedious. And I'm gonna make a E flat chord. It's difficult sometimes. Sometimes you just rather play it in. I'd rather play it in as a keyboard player. So much nicer. You can just so much better. So if you want to set up your MIDI controller, be sure to download the driver. This is very important because if you don't have your driver, it might not work. Some people are like, hey, my keyboard's not working. That's because you probably didn't install your driver. It won't even show up probably if you don't have your driver, so get that driver. After you get your driver, go up here to Reason, Preferences, Control Surfaces, go to Add, and then you pick your make of the keyboard, the manufacturer, from the list. I'm using an M-Audio Keyrig 49, so I'm going to click M-Audio. And then I pick my keyboard from this list. Now, you might notice my keyboard's not listed here, so I kind of have a problem. Or do I? Not really. It's a simple fix here. If your keyboard's not in the list, just go up to Other, and then just pick MIDI Control Keyboard. This will set it up as kind of like a generic keyboard. Every keyboard I've ever used works in Reason. It's not a problem at all. So then you can go over here and name it. This is fine for me. Look at that. Other. Yeah, it's a great name for a keyboard. I love it. So then I'm going to go to MIDI Input, and I'm going to pick my Keyrig 49 from here. Sometimes you might have a hard time figuring out which one it is. Maybe the name doesn't pop up. So you click Find, press a key on your keyboard. It pops right up. And that's it. You just hit OK. Set it up. I already have mine set up, so I don't need to hit OK. So with that, now, if you drag an instrument in, you should be able to hear your instrument. If you have separate like instruments here, you can click on the different instrument, swap between them. It's really easy. So that's the basics of the MIDI controller, but you may notice your MIDI controller maybe has extra knobs. Like, what do these do? Well, they don't do anything unless you tell them to do something. So let's do that. So let's go on the synthesizer here and look at the guts of it. And if you haven't used a synthesizer before, this might be like looking at just a bunch of like, you don't know what this is, but hopefully we'll come to know this in the next few weeks. So right here is the cutoff filter, and I want to control this with my keyboard. Now I could play it with my left hand and then use my mouse here and move it. That's a pain in the butt. I don't want to do that. So if I right click on it and hit Edit Remote Override Mapping, don't use any of these. You'll get lost in this menu. Simple way to do it, as long as this box is checked, learn from Control Surface Input, move the knob or the fader that you want to assign it to, and it automatically picks it up. Very useful. Now if we look at the cutoff filter, I'm going to move the fader that I set it to, and look at that. It's moving it all by itself. Pretty nice. So that's basically it. Now that we have all the introductory stuff out of the way, we can finally start getting into the meat of this program. And next week, we're going to start writing a song. So if you really want to see that, make sure you click that red subscribe button. And if you like this video, give me a like. Have any questions, leave me a comment. It's been a pleasure, and as always, this is Tyler, signing out.